Hey, good evening. This is Lee Klocke, Minnesota Travel Guy. And this is Minnesota Travel Guy Speaks. Number seven. So we're going to cover three things again in this video. We're going to cover what's happening with me right now. We're going to cover three more side hustles that will make you some dollars, some jingle to put in your pocket. And then just a little bit more of my story. All right. So here we go. Let's go on with the story. Yeah. So things that are happening to me now. I think I'm fully over COVID, which is nice. Although I think there's some side results that happen, and the more I'm reading, I guess it takes a little while to get over them. But I do get winded really fast, and I'm tired. Boy, I can just take a nap about every 3 or 4 hours during the day. But other than that, I feel good. So that is good. And so what else did I did? Either last episode or the episode before, I told you that my belief is that nobody should go hungry after just losing everything they own in a disaster. And like I said before, I went down to New Orleans and cooked with Mercy Chefs. And I have not been able to calm the voice in the back of my head that says, go feed people when they're in need after a disaster. And so I took it upon myself this week to write to a person that is already very experienced in disaster relief and ask them to mentor me. In the meantime, I'm still going to go help Mercy Chefs whenever I possibly can. But I believe I need to create an entity that goes out and feeds people after disaster relief. I just don't think that MREs are all we should be able to offer people that have just lost everything. So I'm going to ask you to keep me in your thoughts, and if you have any ideas in that direction to help me, funding sources, things of that nature, please let me know. Because I am deathly serious, and on that hill I will die. People are not going to go hungry after disaster anymore. Period. End of story. As America, land of abundance, we should be embarrassed about what's even still going on in New Orleans. There are people without lights and power and food in New Orleans, and nobody there to help them. We should be embarrassed. But better than that, being embarrassed, let's just take some action. Let's do something about it. And that is what I'm going to do. All right. 3 side hustles that you can do on your own. You could do it as quick as this evening and start making money. What do you think about that? The first one is called, and I've got a paper that I'm cheating here on a little bit, so pardon me while I look down every once in a while. But Steady. Steady is an app that you can get on your phone, and you can access thousands of legit, pre-vetted income opportunities. The most important thing, though, to do is to sign up with your bank account at the beginning, because it analyzes your bank account, it analyzes how much money you need, when you need it, when you've been paying money, and it will come up with opportunities for you to make enough money to pay your bills. That's pretty slick. And they are real part-time jobs or opportunities on the internet. And that is about it for that one. That is called steady.com. Steady, STEADY.com. Look it up. It's legit. It's not a scam. Look it up. The next one is financebuzz.com. It asks you questions, and in about 60 seconds to 120 seconds, it will come up with your perfect online side hustle. Why would you do that? Give it a shot. That's called financebuzz.com. 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 Go answer the questions. See what your side hustle should be. The next one I have is Truebill. Another one where you sign your bank account up with it. It analyzes your monthly subscriptions that are going out on all your credit cards and your bank account, and it will help you shut them all down. I know I am not the only one who's tried to unsubscribe from something, and it takes 19 emails and push the little teeny microtext at the bottom 12 times, and you still don't get help. And that's exactly the way they want it. They want it hard to unsubscribe from things that you've subscribed to. So go, and they are telling you that on the average, they save people $700 a month. Wow. So that is called truebill.com. TRUEBILL.com. And the thing that I want to say about that, you can do those side hustles. None of those side hustles are going to make you thousands and thousands of dollars a month, like my side hustle can do. So if you want to join me in becoming an internet marketer, making thousands of extra dollars a month, and it's really, the sky is the limit once you learn it. Down below, there's a link, and I'm just going to put there, do you want to be a millionaire? Click the link, follow it out. It's that simple. And then follow through. You know, I was talking to the course creator of the course that I'm taking, and people pay a lot of money for some of his courses. And at the end of the day, 80% of the courses he puts out that are paid for, people never even open. They never even log on. Success like speed. You got to do something about it. You don't like your current situation? Then act. Don't go, oh no, this isn't for me. There's no way I can do this. Bullshit. Act. Push the damn button down below and come join me. All right, the next, number 3, about me again. We're going to continue the saga of Lee Klocke, Minnesota travel guy, and how he became to be this good looking and on your phone. I don't know. Let's press on. So where we left off last time, I'd gotten through my childhood and my first wife, and I brought up a Minnesota travel girl, Susie, and we met. We met through friendship first, friends at a bar, and then I was also the karaoke guy at the bar. So later on, after we had both declared our independence from our spouses, we got together, and never looked back. At karaoke where I met her, she had told her friends that whom I've talked to many times, and I know very well, that there ain't enough booze behind that bar to get me up there singing with him. Well, one night I asked her, and guess what? There's enough booze behind that bar, and it's all nothing. We never looked back from there. And so she had, at that time that we started dating and started getting serious, she had a son that was 6 years old and a son that was 9 months old. Pretty big commitment from a guy who never really thought he would have any kids. You know what? I didn't give it even two thoughts. I mean, I probably thought about it for a day, if I'm being honest, but it was just not a big deal. And over the next year or so after that, we really learned to all love each other. I've never, ever, to this day, ever thought of them as anything but my sons. Going backwards a little bit, though. To get married to little Miss Susie, Minnesota travel wife, she was a big wig at a printing company in Colorado Springs, Colorado. In fact, she was the only person back in the 80s that had ever shattered the glass ceiling in the printing industry, which is a very good old boy network. And she was the only female for several years in a row in the top 500 who's who in printing. A little plug for Miss Minnesota travel wife there. So, and she was very good at that, but it was a very stressful job, and she couldn't wait to quit. End of story. I'm not going to tell her story. But where was I going with that? So while she was there, though, I wanted to propose to her. So I made up a plan, and I got her best friend involved, and I sent a limousine to her workplace on a staff meeting day. She was in charge of the printing factory that she was there at, and I sent a limo driver to the factory. He came into the staff room, one of her friends let her in, and let him in, and he handed her a tape in an envelope, and the tape was, mushy stuff, me with the kids and things like that. And at the very end of it, I said, "Open up your envelope, let's go." And she opened them up, and there was tickets to Paris. So we flew to Paris that day. I packed her bags. A guy packed her bags, and from what I heard, I didn't make any mistakes. We got to Paris, and we spent, I think, 5 or 6 days in Paris. On the third day, we were going to the Eiffel Tower, and we were up at the second level of the Eiffel Tower, and of course, I took a knee and asked her to marry me. Served 2 purposes. A, pretty sure she was going to say yes. B, if she said no, I could just toss her over the side after all the shit I went through to get that trip planned. I'm telling you what. But anyway, she said yes. She said yes. And here we are 28 years later. I'm gonna tell more of the story, but I think that's where I'm gonna finish it up now. I would guess when we got married, and I know it's true. A lot of folks wouldn't admit to it, but I know it's true, that several people in my family, and I know at least 1 or 2 people in her family, wouldn't have bet $5 that we'd have made it a year. And here we are still, 28 years later. So that is where I'm going to wrap up my story. I don't want to go on and bore you folks. But so let's recap. We've got Steady, FinanceBuzz.com, and what was the third one? Oh, Truebill. Truebill is the one that cancels all your subscriptions that you don't need. Go there, make a little pocket jingle. It's not going to make you thousands and thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, but you could pay several bills with those free suggestions. Again, click the link down below. Take action on your life. Use those side hustles to pay for this training. Take action. Do what I did. Well, I actually did it 10 months ago, but I didn't actually frickin' press the buttons and buy into this deal for 2 months later. Man, I wish I would have. I've been so much farther ahead right now. 2 months. I lost 2 months. I'd be so much further ahead right now. And I'm doing well now. So take action. Push the button down below. You want to be a millionaire. And come join me and be a millionaire. All right. We're at the end of the video, folks. So, you know what I want. Push subscribe down there. Last Wednesday, when I was talking about subscriptions and my subscription campaign that I started probably 4 weeks ago now, I had 39 subscriptions at that time. Last Wednesday, we had 379 subscriptions. I'm pretty sure we're over 450 this week. So my whole plan is 1,000 subscriptions by Christmas. Come on, folks. Help me out. So last week, 785 people watched Minnesota Travel Guy Speaks 6. 420 of them were new viewers. Come on, folks. Subscribe and push that little bell icon down there so you get notified every time I put a video up. Thanks a lot for building my business. Thanks a lot for being there. Push the button, subscribe, push the link down below and become a millionaire with me. It's that simple. I mean, it takes work, but it is that simple. Push the button. Take action on your future awesome life. Bye. Next time, we'll see you next Wednesday. And until then, be grateful in everything that you do.